Laker fans. My name is Kobe Sato, and this is the Laker Holics live postgame podcast. You can join us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Well, let's go right into it for this game. So, the Lakers lost a tough one today to the Cleveland Cavaliers at Crypto.com Arena with a final score of 114-110, extending the Cavs' 7-game win streak to 8. The Lakers have lost their second straight game at home and second game in a row. The Cavs came in with the second seed in the Eastern Conference at 7-1. They're now currently 8-1. The Lakers came into this game 14th in the West. They stay at 14th in the West. They were 2-6. They're now currently 2-7. Their current record at home is 2-4, and they're currently 0-3 on the road, which they do have a road game tomorrow against Utah. Tops. Yeah, the Lakers are not great right now. Super Rice 1, 2, 3, 4. But we'll see what they end up doing moving forward. I really want to talk about the top stats tonight from from this game. Donovan Mitchell went off. He had 33 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. LeBron had the most for the Lakers with 27 points, 4 assists, and 7 rebounds. 3 Lakers scored in double figures tonight. Anthony Davis, LeBron, and Russell Westbrook and Troy Brown Jr. So 4 Laker players. And 2 Lakers shot over 20 points, which was AD and LeBron. So definitely a discouraging loss for the Lakers. It was really the third quarter that they lost the game. Here, I'll pull up the stats for you guys. So as you guys could see here, just the third quarter alone, the Lakers just gave up 29 points to the Lakers 16 points, which killed them. They lost both quarters, the third and the fourth. The fourth, Cleveland had 27 points, and the Lakers had 20. They got out-rebounded. The Cavs went on a 17-0 run to start the third quarter, and it bled into the fourth till Russ finally hit a 3 with like 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So the Lakers' woes definitely continue in the third, scoring only 16 points to Cleveland's 29. Ultimately, the Lakers played a great first half again. They were up 64-58 at the half, which was the Lakers' best offensive half for the season so far. They did give up 58 points in the first half, though, which is a problem defensively, which, like what Darvin Ham said last game, their offense isn't a problem. It's their defense right now. And being the second best defensive team in the league, you definitely need better perimeter defense. And it's been a broken record every game. One of the guards ends up going off, and tonight it was Donovan Mitchell with 33 points, which so far, Donovan Mitchell's averages so far for the season, he's averaging 31.1 points. So he had more than his season average tonight. So not great for the Lakers in terms of defense tonight for sure. Looking at the stat sheet here, Donovan Mitchell had 33 points off 37 minutes, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He shot 10 for 17 from the field, which if you're the Lakers, you definitely don't want to give that up. Don't want to give that well of an efficient shooting night for Cleveland's star. He shot 1 for 7 from 3, which is good for the Lakers. But overall, from the 3-point line, none of the teams really shot well tonight. Cleveland shot 25% tonight, while the Lakers shot 30%, 8 for 27. So, I mean, it's over their season average, even though they're still dead last in the NBA in terms of 3-point field goal percentage. But definitely discouraging second half from the Lakers for sure. Looking at the Lakers, LeBron had 27 points. He had 7 rebounds. He had 4 assists. He had a better night shooting wise. He shot 13 for 23, while last game LeBron really didn't have a great game. Last game he played 34 minutes. Tonight he played 1 less minute, and He had 17 points last game. He had 27 this game. He had 10 rebounds last game. He had 7 rebounds this game. He scored 10 rebounds in the 2 previous games before that. So he's about at his average right now in terms of rebounds, at least for this game. He had 4 assists, which, I mean, he didn't really have the ball in his hands as much as Russell Westbrook did this game. Um, he did have only 1 turnover. So speaking of turnovers, the person who led the game with turnovers this game was Russell Westbrook, who this game had a pretty good offensive night, but he scored 19 points tonight with 31 minutes. Let me see, where's he on here? 19 points with 32 minutes. He had 3 rebounds, 10 assists. He shot 6 for 13 from the field. He had a hot start to begin the game. He started off 5 for 5 again. Hit a few threes. He went 3 for 5. So better production for sure that we see from Russell Westbrook. But again, he had 7 turnovers, which definitely hurt the Lakers in the game. Throughout the game, they ended up giving up. Let me see. They don't have the stat here. They gave up. Okay, it doesn't show it on this app, but the Lakers ended up giving up 21 points off turnovers compared to the Lakers only getting 9 points off turnovers, while the Lakers turned it over 16 times. So that's definitely not going to get the job done, especially when the Lakers aren't shooting so great. Again, from the 3-point line, they shot 30% tonight. They shot 46% from the field tonight, so that's not too bad overall. They shot 40 for 86. So definitely not a bad night for them overall shooting, but definitely need to see more production again from LeBron. I believe that if LeBron's not scoring over 25 a game, the Lakers aren't going to win. And tonight he had 27, but with those 7 turnovers by Russell Westbrook and by the runs that Cleveland had in the third quarter, and the Lakers had just been getting killed in the third quarter. They have some of the worst stats in the third quarter this season so far. Within the season, the Lakers ranked 25th in points in the third quarter at 26.5. The point differential is minus 3 points, which is tied for the 24th worst in the NBA. They're shooting 45% from the field, which is 22nd in the NBA. They're shooting 27% from the 3-point line in the third quarter. That's ranked 29th, which is second to last. There's 30 teams in the NBA. And then they had 4.8 assists in the third quarter, which is 28th in the NBA, which is terrible. So the woes continue again for the second half for the Lakers. Looking at the stat sheet tonight, you have to give it up for Donovan Mitchell, man. Just since he got traded from Utah, coming to the Cavs, putting up big numbers like he did before in Utah anyway. But we got to see if he can continue this throughout the playoffs. That's been the question mark for him throughout his career so far. Him and his teams have always come out to great starts within the regular season, but then when the playoffs come, his teams have been struggling over in Utah. So we'll see if that changes up this year for Cleveland. But yeah, tough loss for the Lakers tonight. They now fall to 2-7 for the season. 2-4 at home. They're 0-3 on the road. So hopefully the Lakers could bounce back quickly and get a win tomorrow up in Utah, who they've already previously lost to last game, 130-116, just the other night. So the Lakers' first back-to-back. We'll see how the Lakers do in terms of that game there. But going back to this game against Cleveland, the Lakers lost the rebound game, which like what I talked about last podcast is what the Lakers need to focus on this game. They lost 48-43 in the rebounding department. And you know the size again was too much for the Lakers this game with the roster of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley starting in the lineup for them. They brought big minutes to them. Evan Mobley played 30 minutes. Jared Allen played 26. He had 10 he had 11 rebounds. Sorry, Kevin Love had 10 rebounds. So big minutes from all of them for in terms of the Cavs bigs putting work on the Lakers down low. Anthony Davis didn't have a terrible night from the rebound department. He had 12 rebounds, but there was definitely some plays within the third and fourth quarter where, looking at him play, he was kind of lackadaisical and didn't box out. And there were some big rebounds down the stretch that he didn't get that I feel like the Lakers were needing when they went on a run before pulling the plug with around 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So definitely a struggle there. For the starters tonight, Kendrick Nunn was inserted into the starting lineup, which he only played 5 minutes last night. Patrick Beverly was out with a bug, which the Lakers have been dealing with all season so far. Wenyen Gabriel, he was also sick. He was a game time decision. He ended up playing today. He had the same type of bug. Troy Brown kept his spot in the starting lineup. Also, Lonnie Walker, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis at the five. We've been seeing AD play more at the five this season, which us Laker fans love to see, but obviously hasn't been leading to wins yet. And some of that's on AD, some of that's on LeBron. In the beginning of the season, it was definitely on up. Definitely Russ had a part of that. For the Cavs, their starting lineup today, they had Darius Garland starting at the point. They had Donovan Mitchell at the guard spot. They had Karis LeVert starting at small forward, Evan Mobley at the power forward, and Jared Allen at the center. So definitely a lot of size for the Cavs, and that's a young team. Looking at the injury report today, Thomas Bryant was out again tonight with a left thumb injury. Dennis Schroeder, who didn't play tonight, but he had a technical foul for a reaction off LeBron's dunk coming off the bench. He was also out with a right thumb injury. Like what I talked about last podcast, will probably be coming back pretty soon. And again, Pat Bev was out with a non-COVID illness. And for the Cavaliers, Ricky Rubio was out with the left ACL injury, and Dylan Windler was out with a right ankle injury. Um, yeah, the Lakers just got out rebounded tonight. The Cavs went on two big runs in the second half. They had a 17-0 run in the third quarter, and it bled into the fourth. Um, the Lakers third quarter just killed them. Um, I don't know. The Lakers just need to come out with a break of the first half, and they need to set a different game plan. It might be smart to maybe even start Russ coming out of the second half, because Russ kind of has been setting the pace for the Lakers so far, as he's been coming off the bench in terms of getting people involved, and it's been really interesting watching LeBron and Russell Westbrook play on the same court together within the last few games, with Russ excelling. And you've been seeing LeBron bouncing back a little more, but the last few games he has been struggling with his left foot injury, or with him being sick. So um, definitely want to see more from both of them, and both of them playing efficiently. I know that AD is the number one. He needs to be the one that's really stepping up right now. He only had 19 points in the game. Again, I spoke about LeBron needing to have over 25 points for the Lakers to win, but also you need probably the same or better production from Anthony Davis. For this team to be winning, you need to have LeBron, AD, and probably Russ playing a good game for this team to win against teams that are over 500, which the Cleveland Cavaliers have been a great team so far this season. With their season averages, just looking at their stats across the boards so far. I mean, they're on top of the boards. They're currently ranked seventh in points per game. Their pace isn't too fast, which was surprising to me. But their field goal percentage, they're tied for sixth right now, so they're a good shooting team. They're second right now in 3-point field goal percentage. And when you look at the score against the Lakers, you could see that the Lakers gave up. Wait, actually, they played pretty well against the 3-point shooting tonight. But again, you let Darius Garland get 3 for 9, which can't let him shoot that much. Kevin Love shot 2 for 8, and he's been hot within the last couple of games. So not too bad defensively, actually, from the 3-point line tonight, surprisingly compared to the season stats for them. But it was just a really a struggle offensively and defensively within the first half. Within the first half, even though the Lakers were playing great offensively, they gave up 58 points. So definitely you felt like the first half the Lakers should have been up way more than what they were, and it kind of came back to bite them with their shooting. And their free throw percentage also. If you look at the stats for free throws, the Lakers only shot 21 free throws tonight. They made 12 with 57% from the free throw line. Those are literally just free shots that they're getting, while Cleveland had 36 attempts and they made over 88% at 32 free throws. So the free throw line also did it for the Lakers tonight. You can't be giving up 36 free throws, which are free shots, and the Lakers can't just be making half of their free throws. So Lakers definitely lost in the department there too, along with the third quarter. Again, I think within starting the third quarter, you have to just start Russ. Next game when Pat Bev comes back, I would probably have him be coming off the bench, because starting the game, Pat Bev isn't really bringing you anything offensively, and right off the bat, we need to get some type of points going for them. It's just not really looking great. But now we currently have Russell Westbrook talking at the post-game press conference.
In the third, and we was playing catching from then on.
Russ, AD seemingly has had a stronger season to begin the year than he had last year, even when he was healthy. But he can only do so much offensively without people getting him the ball. Are there things remaining that you and the other people who are primary responsible for distributing the ball can do to get AD going even more so? And what are those things?
I don't know whose primary job is to do that, to be honest. I leave it up to the coaches to figure out the best way for them to, utilize. But when I'm in, I do the best best job I can, and making the right reads. Try to make the game easy for them when I'm in.
Just, I guess I wasn't trying to make it about you.
No, I'm not. I just don't know what job it is, honestly.
Right.
But obviously with the talent AD has, I guess collectively we got to figure out ways to be able to utilize him more. But I would kind of leave that up to the coaches and figure out ways to be able to do that.
Russ, 3 for 5 on three-pointers today, and since in this last week, that shot has been pretty good for you. What's going on with your shot, and what's your confidence like in your three-point stroke right now?
Just staying true to my work. I've worked all summer and staying true to it, taking my time, and then the rest will take care of itself.
Russ, Tarvin's been pretty open about saying, turnovers, if they're from aggression, is kind of acceptable. Did you feel like today that your turnovers were a product of aggression? And I guess ultimately, too, did you think pace-wise, where did you think you guys were at today?
Yeah. I don't mind trying to make the right reads if turnovers happens. I'll be better tomorrow. And nothing I'm worried about. Pace-wise, better today. I still think we can play a little faster, get more shots, and keep this pace high.
Is it going to come down? Defensively, did you feel like you guys were at where you needed to be? I know early in the first half, it felt like you guys were kind of the style that maybe you'd played the first, 6 games. Did it feel like it sustained in the second half, or do you think maybe some of the missed shots and stuff like that kind of?
I think obviously in a game when you miss shots offensively, you tend to kind of wears on your defense. But for us, we got to make sure we tip our head on our defense, and not just that's a good team. They're not like a team that they're yeah, pretty damn good team, and they played the right way and did a good job making adjustments in the second half, and tip the hat to them.
That was Russell Westbrook following the loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers, 100 to 114. Russell Westbrook had 19 points tonight, 3 rebounds, 10 assists. He was -8 from the field. Coming into this game, Russ has been averaging 18.8 points, 51% field goal percentage, 41% from the 3-point line, and averaging 6.5 assists coming off the bench this season. So far, pretty up to par with the numbers he's been producing. Definitely would like to see a little more rebounds from him. And again, with the 7 turnovers, definitely want to see him lower that a bit. But I thought again he had a pretty good game coming off the bench. KKRR start Russ. Period. That man is back. Hem's rotations is bad work. I'll give him credit for bringing the best out of Russ. Him of the bench is not it for sure. It's Hem's rotations. Um, yeah, I think that Russ is back, but at the same time, I probably wouldn't be starting him just because of his new role coming off the bench. I think that he kind of gives the Lakers what they need. He gets to observe the floor. He gets to see like where his spots are in terms of shooting, if he should be driving the ball. And I feel like he's a little more patient too when he comes in the game than when he comes in at first. He tries to be that first burst of energy, and I think it's good with a aging LeBron to have the ball in his hands to start the game. Let him get a feel for it. Let him be aggressive to start off the game, because ultimately with I believe with AD and LeBron being the number 1 and number 2 options, you got to get them going first in the game, and then after. Then Russ gets to come in the game and he gets to have the ball in his hands a bit. So I know Darvin Ham had a chance to start off the game and to start him, but he said Russ will be still the team's 6th man because of the balance he provides in the rotation and the ability to be ball dominant in the second unit. Um, so we'll see moving forward for sure. But yeah, I think that Russell Westbrook will probably continue just coming off of the bench, probably moving forward. And also, I'm sure with any other team that he would be on, he would probably also be coming off the bench. So it's good for other GMs. It's going to be interesting to see even what the Lakers do moving forward, if they're going to make a trade for Russ still, if they're going to pull the plug on that. It's going to be interesting to see what they can get now, especially as the season goes by. People are going to be interested in letting off some contracts who are for teams that are wanting to tank or not progress. So who knows? Maybe even the Lakers will be able to give up just 1 first-round pick rather than 2 first-round picks with the highly anticipated trade rumors with Indiana for Russell Westbrook for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, and reportedly why the Lakers haven't gone through with that deal is because of the 2 picks. Which if I was the Lakers, I wouldn't be giving up those 2 picks as well. So definitely looking forward to seeing what the Lakers do regarding that. Again, looking forward to the next game. The Lakers play the Utah Jazz, which they previously lost to last game, 130 to 116. Just looking at their team leaders and their stats. They have Lauri Markkanen, who's probably ranked the best player right now in terms of most improved. Right now, he's averaging 22.2 points a game with 9.4 rebounds. Mike Conley has been doing pretty well this season as well. So definitely looking forward to seeing what they do moving forward. So yeah, not for sure it works, but it's not the bench. Wait, nah, for sure, bro. 100% it works, but it's not the bench. Um, yeah, well, I mean, for what we've seen from Russ so far as a starter, I mean, he hasn't really shown to produce the type of numbers that we want to see from him when he's coming off the bench. So, I mean, when he's a starter with the unit of LeBron and AD, and so definitely interested to see how that looks moving forward. People could argue that he should be possibly starting, but I think he'll end up just coming off the bench as the season goes on. Um, we're currently getting some technical difficulties, so one moment, real quick. All right, we're back. Sorry, Laker fans. There was some weird noise going on in the background, but we got that fixed. But yeah, looking at Russell Westbrook's stats the last couple of games, he hasn't been playing bad. Definitely just needs to fix it up in terms of the turnovers. So um, definitely an improvement there for Russ, and hopefully he continues to flourish within the offensive end and keeps his confidence. But the Lakers really lost tonight. It really just came down to their defense within actually the full game. But um, within the first half, the Lakers definitely played great offensively, but didn't really show out defensively. And then the second half, the Cavs just blew it away offensively. The Lakers continued to struggle offensively within the second half. There was like two 10 plus 0 runs, and the Lakers couldn't come back from that. But now we currently have Darvin Ham at the press conference following the Lakers loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Some plays that didn't go our way, some turnovers. I mean, it just, I don't know, our spirit, it seemed to have left the building. And that's one of the parts of reestablishing a winning culture is like being able to maintain a competitive spirit. I thought what we saw in the first half is how we want to play. I mean, we're right there toe-to-toe with them actually at the lead going into halftime. And then second half, again, shots don't go down. A few turnovers happens. And we kind of dropped our heads a little bit. And they just kept revving it up. And they're an extremely talented ball club with extremely talented players, all who very ball skilled players. Their smalls and their bigs and their wings. So, they're not going to feel sorry for us, so there's no need for us to feel sorry for ourselves. We have to plow through, good, bad, and indifferent. We have to continue to fight, and that can't change. Continue to be competitive. That can't change no matter what's going on in the game. We have to, do a better job of keeping our focus and not getting so down, because those mental lapses, as you saw, can turn into half a quarter worth of disappointment, or entire quarter worth of disappointment, or entire half worth of disappointment. But, again, we're in a period of discovery about ourselves, 9 games in. It sucks to be 2-7, but we just got to keep learning, keep working, and keep trying to find a way.
And just as a quick follow-up, the second half where AD just didn't seem to get a lot of looks, and wondered if you thought that's something that you can contribute towards with more play calls, or if it's something that the guards have to take care of.
Just say getting looks, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, he's definitely a focal point, but, these guys are not rookies. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we have a playbook, we have a menu, and a bunch of sets where AD can be featured, and you have to just be organized, slow down, be organized, and get what you want, and we didn't do such a good job of that in the second half, but we'll continue to get better at it. And, he's got my blessing. to scream out and call his own number. We try to get him going, try to get Brian going on some post actions and some step ups and pick and roll stuff. And it's just it's not like we're not trying. And sometimes the game dictate things to go another way. They go on a run, and then we're trying to play faster to try to possibly score more. So it's a lot of different variables that goes into that. It's not just like, okay, you're not calling plays for AD. That's not the case.
You gave Kendrick a look in the starting lineup, start off the game with that feed to AD. His shot didn't fall. What did you see out of him tonight?
I saw good energy to start. He made some good plays, but again, it's about maintaining that. And, Russ was huge again off the bench, but, guys like Kendrick, guys like Austin, Matt, Juan Toscano, all of these guys, we got to, they got to step up. We got to step up and help our big dogs, and everyone's trying to fight, but again, you can't get down on yourself. You can't, not saying that this is the case, but this is what it looks like. But you can, especially our younger players that play with energy, and you've seen these guys play at high levels energy-wise. That has to be maintained throughout the course of a game. And I hate, the last couple of games and last 4 games, really, Russ has been phenomenal, and we need to get him help. We need to get Brian help. We need to get AD help, and it's a team of talented players, but these are our leaders. And without Pat Bev being here tonight, different guys ailing from this little viral stomach flu, wherever it is, like it's even more imperative for them to step up and come ready to play a full 48-minute game.
So a couple.
That was Darvin Ham following the 114-110 loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Something that stood out to me is Darvin Ham said the team has to slow down, be organized, and get what you want. Referring to Anthony Davis getting the ball more. He doesn't think that the Lakers did that in the second half. He said the Lakers have plays to feature AD, and AD also has his blessings to call his own number if he's not being involved. So definitely need to see more in terms of, like I talked about earlier, Anthony Davis going in the game too. If LeBron James is having a good game and Anthony Davis is not, with the way LeBron has been playing this season, I know with the factors of him being injured and him being sick, from what we've seen so far, AD being that number one option, he has to be having more than 20. What did he have tonight? More than 20 points a game with 19 points tonight with 32 minutes. He had 12 rebounds, which is good, but that's definitely not enough. His plus and minus, he was a -7 from the field tonight, which in terms of plus minus, Matt Ryan was also a -7 tonight. So definitely needs some more production from him in terms of plus minus for Anthony Davis. Pulling up his stats right now, you could see just how he's playing this season. Through 7 games, or he's played 8 games so far this season, but let's see, let's refresh it. Okay, but through 7 games, he's averaged 35.6 minutes. He's shooting 52% from the field, 23% from the three-point line, which still is not great. He's only a 30% three-point shooter from on his career average, which again is not great. But his career, he's averaging 23.8 points per game, and right now he's only having 23 again so far. So when we first got him over from the Pelicans, he was averaging way more than 23 a game. So within the last 4 seasons in Los Angeles, except for the championship year where the Lakers were in a bubble, you're definitely not seeing the type of production that we want this year in the last few years from Anthony Davis. So injuries have played a part, mental, I'm sure, in terms of not being able to shoot. I know he's been working with a lethal shooter on trying to get his shot going again this last offseason, but there has to be something that has to switch up with him within his resume on preparing for games or within the offseason to be playing better, especially with LeBron James, with him starting to decline in play. We need that that type of dominant games from Anthony Davis that we've been accustomed seeing him play his first year with the Lakers in the bubble and his previous seasons with the New Orleans Pelicans. But Darvin Ham was also reiterating about the Lakers role players and how they need to be stepping up. That AD, LeBron, and Russ can't be doing everything. Lonnie Walker has kind of been our go-to guy in terms of our third option tonight. He didn't play as that great as well. He only had where is it? Lonnie Walker. Let me pull up the stats for tonight's game. He only had 6 points, 1 rebound, and an assist. He was -10 from the field, so definitely not a great game from him tonight. If you look at his previous stats, he went 0% from the 3-point line tonight. He didn't even hit a three. He's been hitting probably the most threes for the Lakers. He shot 66% against Utah last game and 55% against New Orleans. He had 19 points and 28 points and 18 the following game. He had 6 points on the 28th against Minnesota on the road, but definitely at home you need the role players to be cooking, especially against a Cleveland team who's ranked second right now in the NBA or in the Eastern Conference. So definitely need much more improvement from the role players. Also talking about Kendrick Nunn, he's also hasn't been playing well either. He played, how much minutes did Kendrick Nunn played? He played 18 minutes. He had a donut in terms of points. He had 3 rebounds. He had 2 assists. He shot 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 4 from the 3-point line. Yeah, definitely not the production that we want to see from him. He had a great preseason, and then when the season started, I don't know what happened to him. He hasn't been playing well. Also want to look at Austin Reeves and just his play today. He didn't have that great of a game as well, and Austin Reeves has kind of been that glue guy for the Lakers in terms of being that guy who gets like the sneaky boards, who gets points when we need him to, and he just hasn't been showing up. But now we currently have LeBron James at the presser right now.
Or more so, because it seems like his focus and all things seem to be improved from last year, but that next level hasn't been unlocked through these first 9 games.
Well, I think we're all trying to just figure out what we want to do offensively. That's been something that we're all trying to, maneuver through and see what best suits every individual, to better the team. And obviously it starts with AD, and getting him more touches and things of that nature. But obviously offensively it's a, each game has its own challenges to start the season. But our focal point is and should always be to make sure he touches the ball. Throughout the course of possessions, quarters, halves, and so on.
LeBron, Darvin said, felt like our spirit left the building in the second half. What do you think changed in the intermission, or did Cleveland just kind of come out firing and you guys weren't at the same intensity level? What happened?
I don't know. I haven't really watched the film. I know they kept their offensive pace going and made shots, and we didn't in the third. As far as exactly what happened, I don't know. I haven't had an opportunity to watch the film, so I don't know.
LeBron, AD had a quote yesterday at practice essentially saying that he feels like you guys aren't what your record says you are. So at 2-7, how do you view the results you've seen versus the progress you guys have also showed? A lot of those losses have been pretty close, and I know you're not looking for moral victories, but how do you kind of evaluate the results versus the progress you've seen since the first game?
Since the first game, I feel like we had an opportunity to have more minutes, log more minutes on the floor with one another, watch more film sessions and things of that nature, practice times. That's progress, and that's always beneficial to a ball club. But our record is our record. we played some great teams, some really good teams so far to start this season. But I mean, our record is our record.
Dan.
LeBron, you only shot 3 free throws today. I think it's a small sample size, but you're getting the line less than you've ever gotten in your career. Is that shot profile, do you think? Is that just whistles not coming?
I mean, no, because at one point tonight I had 22 points and 20 of them was in the paint. Last game, I got bumped, knocked off the path a few times, and at halftime the refs came to me and told me they missed it. And that's kind of been what they've been telling me over the last couple of years, that they just missed it.
Do you feel like that'll swing back this
No.
season?
Louisa. Right here. Thank you.
If you'll allow me to go 30,000 feet for a minute here, LeBron, Darvin described these first 9 games as a period of discovery for this team. Is that how you're looking at this? And if so, what do you think you guys have discovered about this team? I'm going to look at it as 0 feet on the ground. And I'm a guy that stays in the moment, and we are who we are. And, we have to get better and compete every night, which we've done. We've competed. This ball club has definitely competed. But we've, for the majority, we just hit a wall at one point, and it's hard for us to recover after that. And where we put so much on our defense that when our offense, kind of go 4, 5, 6 possessions without scoring, we put a load on our defense. So we just got to keep pushing.
I think, LeBron, to take that just one step further, throughout your career and your experiences, when it comes to fighting through adversity throughout the course of a game, what is it you've leaned on in the past that you can share with your team as you guys look to fight through those moments?
Every year is its own challenge, Ali. So, it's hard you can't, I know what I can lean on, but I'm one guy. I can control what I can control, and what I can't control, I can't worry about. So, you prepare yourself mentally and physically and spiritually every night to go out for battle, and you give the guys energy on the floor. You talk them through things, mistakes, good things, bad things, whatever the case may be, to help them throughout the course. But every year is its own challenge, and I know for me, I can lean on things that I've experienced, but it'd be the same as me trying to explain to my kids what's it like growing up when I grew up. They're gonna look at me and like, get the hell out of my face, Dad. We got a nanny, a chef, a gated community, private school. It's different.
LeBron, you spoke highly of the Cavs at All-Star. What's your view of them now that you've seen them with Donovan Mitchell? Do you see them as a contender?
Well, I got in trouble last time for just giving an honest opinion. I got in trouble for that, which I don't care, so I'll give another opinion. Jason's my friend, so where is Jason Lloyd here? He's not even here. He didn't make the trip. Listen, they did a great job in the offseason of picking up a big-time players. I mean, obviously, it's between them and New York, and a lot of people were kind of just seeing who was going to be able to get it done. But I think we saw last year what team that they could become, and obviously with Evans' injury and Darius' injury, they ended up slipping towards the end and happened to play in the play-in, and we knew what happened with that. But they have a really good team, got a great coach, well-balanced, and a bunch of kids on their team that just seem like they just want to play ball, and that's, you don't see, I'm looking at their roster, you don't really see too many guys all over social media, showing off they got this and showing off they got that. Seem like a bunch of guys that just like come to work and just want to play ball, and that's definitely probably a joy for a coach and a coaching staff like that. Just know you got a bunch of kids that want to come in and play ball, and then a grandpa who looks over everybody, and Kevin Love. So that's great.
Last question.
Hey, LeBron, one wanted to ask you about your outfit. Honor of takeoff. Someone that meant so much to the culture. I think the first time I heard him, I was playing in Israel, 2013. The Lakers have done a great job in honoring him throughout our pre-games. I know that's also, someone that would have been here with a Laker jacket on courtside at the game. So just wanted to get your thoughts on what he meant to the culture and what he means to you too as well.
For me, I've been listening to those guys for so long. I was listening to those guys my first year with the Heat in 2010. And you can ask any one of my teammates back then, they had no idea who the Migos was. They were like cursing me out when I would play it throughout the weight room or play it throughout the locker room. I was like, I'm telling you, these guys are next. I'm letting you know right now these days, like, turn this off. I might want to hear this. And just fast forward, just knowing, take off personally and send my condolences to Quavo and the family and the whole QC family and everybody. It's another hit for our community. In the black community, there are like 3 people outside your household that you kind of look up to for inspiration. Those are athletes, there's musicians, and then there's, unfortunately, when we're growing up, it's the neighborhood dope boy that you look for inspiration. And that's the unfortunate part, but they drove nice cars and wore nice things and things of that nature, so you didn't know no better. So for us to lose another one, it just seemed like every time we get a good moment, we lose another one. And like I said, my condolences goes out to his family, to the whole hip-hop community, to the music community, and anybody that had any relationship with him or listened to his music, have ever met him. It's literally the most, if he was in here, you guys wouldn't even know he was in here. He's the most quiet, chill, in the back, don't want no problems type of guy. And just another senseless lack of gun violence that we've had topic of conversations over the last few years about that. But he's in a better place, and he's looking over, like I said, his community back in Georgia, and over the, like I said, the hip hop community and things of that nature, and just paying my respect to somebody I really, really loved and admired, even though he was only 28 years old. But rest in paradise for sure.
That was LeBron talking following the loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, 114-100. LeBron talking about same thing that Russ and Darvin Ham reiterated, just about getting AD more involved in the game. AD just has to command the ball more as a leader of the team. I know the last few years LeBron has kind of played that role, and it's kind of hard to see yourself being that man, especially when you have LeBron on the roster. But definitely we've been talking about it the last couple of years on when is Anthony Davis going to step up and be that 1A person on the team, the Batman to the Robin instead of the Robin to the Batman. And so far this season we haven't, or the last couple of seasons we haven't really seen that from AD. And since 2020, with LeBron still playing at a high level, you need Anthony Davis to play at an elite level and a top 5, top 10 player in the league if the Lakers are going to do anything. And right now, LeBron also talking about takeoff from Migos dying, RIP to him. He also reiterated just about Darvin Ham talking about needing to get AD more involved. So we'll see if that happens. What's up with Schroeder? Schroeder has a left thumb issue. He had surgery of a couple months ago. He was seen a few days ago shooting around in the practice facility. So hopefully we get some good news on him soon. Some news regarding Patrick Beverley. He won't be traveling with the team tomorrow in Utah. So we'll see what the Lakers do regarding the starting lineup again. Today, they ended up starting Kendrick Nunn instead of Patrick Beverley. I think tomorrow we'll probably see an adjustment. Kevin Nunn kind of hasn't been playing great this season. He's kind of our 2021 Avery Bradley in terms of what we're getting in terms of production. I would like to see next game possibly Austin Reeves getting in that spot and seeing just with some scoring and some energy to start the game off how that goes. I know a lot of people have been anticipating him starting the game off since the beginning of the season. So with Pat Bev out, I'd like to see honestly a permanent transition of Austin Reeves back into the starting lineup, just in terms of what he brings. And he usually plays better as a starter anyway than coming off the bench. I feel like whenever Austin Reeves plays and starts, he always brings it. And I feel like to start off the game, the Lakers need that instead of kind of trying to come back, which honestly the first half isn't really a problem. It's the second half and their scoring anyway. So it'll be interesting to see what the Lakers do regarding that for sure. Um, Looking at LeBron and his stats since he just finished talking within the last few games. Again, he had 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He was -8 from the field tonight. I feel like this is the first game that we saw him kind of play well with Russell Westbrook on the floor with him. He had 27 points. Last game, he didn't play too well. Honestly, the last 2 games, he didn't really play too well. Against Utah, which they actually play next again. He only had 17 points, 8 assists, 10 rebounds, 1 block, with 3 turnovers, and the Lakers lost that game 130 to 116. So hopefully we see a better game from LeBron next game. I know Utah is playing really well this season. They're currently ranked first in the Northwest Division. They're currently 7-3. So definitely want to see LeBron have a better game against this team. I don't think their record reflects the type of team they are. I think as the season progresses, since Utah is only 10 games in, eventually the averages will play out. And I think Utah will probably fall anywhere from 6th to 10th in the West. That's my prediction. We'll have to see as the season continues. But so far, Utah is playing well. So hopefully next game, LeBron brings it in the big 3, and hopefully we have some type of rotation players that steps up. Obviously, we need a better game from Lonnie Walker, who only had 6 points. Austin Reeves and JTA. Didn't really see much or hear much about him tonight. You heard Darvin Ham kind of talk about him a little bit on him needing to step up. He played 11 minutes tonight. He only had 2 points. He had 1 rebound and 1 assist. So definitely want to see JTA rebounding the ball a little bit more and being a little bit more of an energy guy that you see stand out throughout the game, kind of like Pat Bev did probably a couple years ago. Even though we have Pat Bev on this roster, I don't really expect that from him anymore from what I've seen so far this season from him. Hopefully he proves me wrong, but so far not really liking what I'm seeing from him. And JTA is a younger player, so definitely want to see more production out of him. With him rebounding, he hasn't really done great this season. He's only had 1 rebound this game. He had 1 rebound last game against Utah. He had 3 rebounds against Denver, 2 against Portland, 4 against the Clippers, and 4 against the Warriors. So definitely want to see him be in that 4 rebound to 6 rebounds a game for him. But again, looking over at Utah and their roster, obviously they have Markkanen, who's the leading candidate for most improved player. They have Mike Conley still on that roster, who is involved in trade rumors with the Lakers within this offseason. They have former Laker Jordan Clarkson. He played really good against the Lakers last time they played 2 games ago. In the third quarter, he killed them in the third quarter. So look for the Lakers to watch out for them on the scouting report for this next game. And then it's going to be at Utah. So like what I talked about, the role players for the Lakers at home, expect the role players to show out this game for Utah. So look for the Lakers to have a better game defensively, especially within the first half. Looking at the team stats last game that the Lakers played Utah just a couple of days ago, the Lakers shot 50% from the field. So the last couple of games they played pretty good. in terms of shooting, but once their shooting goes down in the second half, they start to lose intensity on the defensive end too. So definitely need to keep their defense on the gas pedal along with their offense. So let's see what type of adjustment that Darvin Ham does coming out of the third quarter, and the adjustments they make. Because again, the last couple of games, even this game too, the Lakers lost the third quarter, 25-33, and they lost the fourth quarter against Utah last game too, 30-21. So definitely look for next game within the second half to get AD more involved in the second half to just even begin the game. Also LeBron. So I think with a healthy LeBron coming back, with Pat Bev not playing, and hopefully we get more production out of Austin Reeves and Lonnie Walker and JTA and the supporting cast. I think the Lakers can come out with the W tomorrow and get their first road win of the season. So definitely looking forward to that. Looking at the current standings in the NBA, the Lakers currently ranked 14th in the West, one game behind the Golden State Warriors, who won the championship last year. They're currently struggling too. They've lost the last 5 games. But looking at the top of the Western Conference, you have Utah, who you expect to be there. You have Utah, which is a big surprise. I still think that eventually they might try to shut that down because they should be in a position where they're tanking. Every time you see the upper management from Utah when they're winning, they look pissed off. So gonna be interesting to see what happens there. I think Utah will remain within the top 5 of the Western Conference. I think Portland may fall out as well. Their guard is really playing well for them. Not Damian Lillard, the other guard they have. What's his name? Alferny Simons. He's been putting in a lot of work this season for them. I think Dallas is going to stay within the top 6 probably. The Pelicans and the Clippers moved into 8th. So I feel like the Lakers are going to, like I talked about, they're probably going to end the season probably around this area right here, 6-10. I expect the Timberwolves to be in contention. I expect San Antonio to probably fall out eventually. So my prediction right now for the Lakers for the rest of the season, I think they'll probably rank 8th going into the playoffs, as currently constructed. We'll see if there's any trades that come up, but yeah, definitely not looking great for the Lakers right now. I expect the Warriors to obviously go back up into the top 8. They're going to be a playoff team. I don't see them being a play-in team like the Lakers are going to be most likely. Sacramento's probably going to fall off, and I think OKC will probably fall off the rankings eventually too. So we'll have to see what happens there for sure. Looking at the other NBA games that are going on today, currently the Wizards are playing the Grizzlies. The Wizards are down at the half, 43-57, and the Bulls are playing the Raptors, and the Raptors are up 3 right now in the second quarter. The Jazz also play today against the Clippers, so it's going to be interesting to see both teams off of back-to-back how they end up playing. But yeah, so catch the post-game show tomorrow following the Laker game against the Utah Jazz, and that's going to start at, I believe, 4:30. Let me make sure for you guys, or actually 7:15. So following the game tomorrow at 7:15, catch the post-game show. You can catch the Laker game on Spectrum Sportsnet if you're in the LA area. And yeah, that'll be it